Hello everyone, my name is Laila Turmavera and the case study I will present is mistake in front-end material. The weekly counter-resistant material table is assessed to monitoring and evaluate error in material resistant information that carry over a 4-week period. The main focus of this table is to identify the gap between the planned material reserve forecasting and the actual condition in the flat realization, as well as to analyze how the company follow up on these issues through clear and measured action plan. Before this as big in detail, I will first explain the meaning of each column in the table. The weak column is the control weak and its S2E differentiated that based on a weekly period. The product column describes the type of material reserved and monitored during that week. The quantity per week column shows the weekly material requirement. This requires several of the main references to determine whether the reserved material meet the weekly demand. The customer column indicates the number of clients that requirement the material for product purposes. The PO purchase order column refers to the official purchasing document number as a set and a reference for material procurement and sale. The forecasting column shows the planned quantity of material equivalent to the received during the week based on prior planning. The realization column shows the actual quantity of material received in the field. The balance column represents the difference between the planned quantity and the actual received quantity, helping to identify shortages or excess material. The issue column contains a description of the main problem encountered, particularly those related to income resistant information. The action plan column explains the corrective action taken or planned to resolve the identified issue. The PIC person in charge column identifies the department individual responsible for implementing the action plan. Finally, the due date column shows the deadline for completing the action plan to ensure that information are implemented on time and issues do not recur in subsequent weeks. In week 1, two types of material were monitored: thick wood and 18mm MDF used by PT Nindo Sejahtera. For thick wood, the planned weekly requirement was 100 units, However, the actual receipts in the warehouse reached only 255 units, resulting a total of 45 units. This issue occurred because information regarding changes in the supplier's delivery schedule was specified by the purchasing department, and the updated schedule was not promptly communicated to PBIC. As a result, production planning could not be adjusted to the actual material reserve condition. As a follow-up action, the purchasing department resolving the delivery schedule at least 2 days before material arrival and ensure that the information is formally communicated to PBIC via mail. The second material include 1 was 18 material MDF with a planned reservoir of 400 units. The actual reserve was 380 units, resulting in a shortage of 20 units. This issue was caused by an incorrect input of the material reserved in the warehouse system. To prevent similar issue, a corrective action was implemented in the form of revalidating accepted by warehouse staff before system confirmation. In week 2, monitoring was conditioned for three types of material: PT Interior Mandiri, namely 12 material plywood, walnut veneer, and PVRC wood glue. For 12 mm plywood, the planned reserve 500 units, while the actual reserve had only 460 units, resulting in a shortage in 40 units. This issue arose because the reserved information was not forwarded to the product department, causing inaccurate information regarding material availability. The corrective action taken was the standardization of the received information flow between departments to prevent communication gaps. For walnut veneer, the planned reservoir was 250 units, but the actual reservoir was 265 units. This excess accurate because the material arrived fairly scheduled without prior notification to the warehouse. This condition caused unwanted property issue. Therefore, a rule was established requiring any material delivery be information at least 1 day in advance. For PVRC wood glue, The planet itself with 200 units, while the actual reserve was 190 units, resulting in a shortage of the unit. This issue was caused by a delivery schedule change for the supplier that was not communicated in written form. As a solution, the company implemented a policy requiring all delivery schedule changes to the confirmation the official email as a formal reference. In week 3, monitoring was conducted for mahogany and NC finishing pipe, used by PT Woodcraft Nusantara. For mahogany, the planet reserve was 375 units, while the actual reserve was only 340 units, resulting in a shortage of 35 units. This occurred because revision to the supplier delivery schedule were not updated in the system, leading to inaccurate information measured by PPIC. The corrective action taken was to update the SOP related to schedule change and require PPIC approval before such changes are implemented. The next material was NC finishing paint with a planet reserve of 250 units and an actual reserve of 235 units. This discrepancy occurred because the estimate and loading time did not match actual flight conditions, causing the delay in the receiving process. To address this issue, the company adjusted the standard unloading time to be more realistic. In week 4, monitoring was used for 3 types of material for PT Funit Global, namely particle board, HPL sheet, and inks and accessories. For particle board, the planet reserve was 450 units, while the actual reserve had 420 units, resulting in a shortage of 30 units. This issue was caused by uncertain schedule between the purchasing department and the warehouse. As a follow-up, schedule simulation was implemented as their planning for accessibility to all relevant parties. For HPL sheet, the planet reserve was 350 units, but the actual reserve reached 360 units. This excess occurred because the material arrived earlier without prior confirmation. To prevent recurrence, the company established a mandatory arrival confirmation level for suppliers. Finally, for heating, inks, and accessories, The panel reserved 625 units, while the actual reserve reached 600 units, resulting in a shortage in 25 units. The issue occurred because the latent information provided by the supplier did not match actual conditions. The corrective action taken was to evaluate the supplier performance and develop alternative action to improve latent activity. From the result of the weekly control, it can be concluded that the main issues stem from real-time communication gap, system update delay, and supplier non-compliance. Although the realization dispatches were relational, they still had a significant impact on product planning. The action plan were focused on standardizing information flow, informing communication discipline, evaluating SOP, and supplier performance. Through the weekly monitoring, the company is able to reduce receive time information error, improve planning accuracy, and enhance coordination between departments. That column may explain of the mistake information system material test study. Thank you for your attention.